Hi everyone, it's Holly and welcome to another Top 5 Wednesday video. Top 5 Wednesday is a Goodreads group created by Ginger Reads Laney, and I'll leave a link to the Goodreads group down in the description box below in case you want to check it out. And this week's topic is Top 5 Diverse Characters, which I think is very interesting, and I recently did a video talking about diversity and how I wish diversity in books meant more than what I feel like it usually means. And so I kind of tried to include that in my list here of characters that I thought were diverse. I think fairly recently there was also your top 10 diverse characters was a top 10 Tuesday blog post, and I did do that as well, where I also tried to make it very diverse. So let's get started. One thing that's interesting about this list is 4 out of 5 of these characters are men. And I think a lot of times diversity is like female, like having more female characters, but I tend to read a lot of female characters, so this like unintentionally became like a male heavy list, but whatever. Actually, let's start with the female character because it's the book I don't own a physical copy of, so I can't show you anything. And that is Tina Chen from Trade Me by Courtney Milan. I loved this story. It was amazing. And there is a ton of diversity in this story, and clearly going to be a ton of diversity in the series because Tina has a friend who is transgender, and I think her name is Maria. And I believe she is going to be a heroine in a future story. Super excited. That'll be a first for me. But Tina is Chinese American. She's also poor, which I think is nice to have. I love socioeconomic different stories, so I'm all about that. And I love seeing how she deals with being from poverty, and also being Chinese is a part of the story. Like Courtney Milan explores some different things with immigration, and Tina's mom is very involved in that and helping people, and there's some like religious kind of things going on in the story, which I found very interesting. It's something I don't know like anything about at all, but I found it very interesting to explore that world through Tina. So next is my homeboy Magnus from City of Glass, from the Mortal Instruments, and I just grabbed this one because it was like the easiest one for me to grab out of my words are hard, my Mortal Instruments books. And he is he's a warlock, so like, do warlocks really have races? I mean, I don't know, but you know, he's like Asian as well. But really he's on here because I view Magnus as kind of like, I guess bisexual, but he kind of feels like to me like Jack from Doctor Who, where I just feel like he's just like free loving and all about everyone and everything. And I really enjoy that part of his character, and that it's just who he is, and he is himself, and you know, he wears glitter, and it's just nice to see a character like that who is different and is diverse, but is also very comfortable with being who he is. Next is Leo Valdez from The Heroes of Olympus, and this is The Lost Hero, the first book he shows up in. Also the book where I liked him the least, but he totally grew on me. He is Hispanic American. I feel so horrible because I can't remember if his mom is Mexican or something else, but I do really like him. These books are full of diversity and amazing characters. I mean, Hazel and Frank are also great diverse characters. So is Piper, but she starts to get on my nerves, so I don't know. But I love Leo. I just love him as a character, and I like what Rick Riordan does with him. Like, his backstory and his heritage is a part of him, but like, it's not everything about him. It's just like subtly informs him and his actions and everything. But he is just fantastic. Kev Marypen from the Hathaway series by Lisa Kleypas. This is like his story, Seduce Me at Sunrise. I think I've mentioned this before, that I'm a big fan of like gypsies and gypsy characters, like Romany gypsies. I think it's a very interesting like culture and world, and I've always been fascinated by it. As a gypsy, and in this series there's another gypsy character as well, but this is a historical romance, and he kind of grows up with this family. He's abandoned by his gypsy like tribe, and he ends up growing up with this family, and he loves this one girl from afar, and she loves him, but she's very sick, and so they like never do anything about it, and they know they can't be together for like a variety of reasons, including the fact that he's a gypsy, a Romany. And I just love this story. I love him. This story like openly addresses the idea. It is basically an interracial marriage and or relationship, and it's a romance, you guys. Spoilers don't mean anything to me. And I like looking at Kev and how he views like the English world, and I don't know why I put that in quotes. It is the English world. They're in England. They are English people. How he sees their world from his perspective, having been raised in like a Romany world, which is different. You know, they have different priorities and expectations of life, and I just love him as a hero, and I love this story, and it's amazing. I love it. And finally is one that's not a racial thing. I feel like that's what all of these were, even though that's what that whole video was about, was it not being about that. Is Ian McKenzie from The Madness of Lord Ian McKenzie. So he has, I've been talking about this a lot lately, so I'm sorry, I'll try to keep it short. He has autism, and I like that in this story she has a hero who is different, who is sick. It's the same reason I like Flowers from the Storm by Laura Kinsall, and it shows how just because you think differently and you view the world slightly differently doesn't mean that you are not still a human being, that you still don't deserve love, that you can't give love even if it is maybe a little different. And that, I like romance, and I think I may have talked this about in that diversity video too. I love freaking romance, and so to me romance is like the best place to show diversity, because it shows such a human need. Whether love be fleeting or permanent, it's such a human thing, and whether it be romantic or platonic or familial, whatever it is, it's such a way to show that no matter who you are, what you believe in, anything, that you still deserve and can get and give love to somebody. And you know, and actually like all of these books, all of these characters show that. I didn't do that intentionally, but now that I'm thinking about it, all of them show that. And I think, okay, I'm done, because I'm just gonna go off. I'm done. I'm coming down from my romance high horse. I feel like I talk about romance way too much, but I'm a big fan of love and romance. Okay, so that was this week's Top 5 Wednesday video. If you want to recommend any diverse characters or books to me, feel free to do so down in the description box below, or description box. Feel free to do so down in the comments below. You can't write in the description box. What am I thinking? I'm losing my mind. And if you have any thoughts or opinions on this topic, you can feel free to leave those as well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!